Welcome to your Align with Love box. My name is Renae. I'm a musician and meditation guide, here to lead you through your masterpiece experience. This recording is designed to guide you through your artistic process to help keep it a mindful experience. However, if you prefer, you can simply follow along with your printed instructions and listen to our separate guided meditation audio when you're finished creating. If you haven't already, you can feel free to start setting up a devoted space to create. Set up anywhere that you feel comfortable, possibly on a tabletop or on the floor if you prefer. You can use some newspaper to put below the canvas, or you can rest the canvas against the open lid of the box, making it an easel. You can place something under the box to reduce the risk of mess also. You may also want to use a section of the cardboard or the flaps as your palette where you'll mix your paint. Or perhaps a paper plate or another palette of your choosing. You can even start to paint directly on the canvas from your paint pods. Be sure to grab a cup of water to rinse your brushes between color selections. I also like to have a couple of paper towels to dab the brush before picking a new paint, just to fully get the previous color off. Grab everything you need to be comfortable, including speakers or headphones. And once you're set up to create, it's time to go inward for a moment. Before we start, notice your thoughts. Notice whatever you're noticing. How do you feel right now? Are you aware of your body? Your mood? What are the thoughts wanting to do? What is the overall quality of your energy? We always want to start the practice by moving into that wonderful role of the observer. This starts to set the intention to move into a mindful state of being and lets us see if any changes occur throughout. Accept where the mind is and curiously watch it. Now that we've accepted our inner state, even if the mind is wandering, let's see if we can dial even more into the moment. Our senses are a wonderful anchor to the here and now. If you'd like, go ahead and light your Palo Santo. Palo Santo, literally translating to holy wood in Spanish, is often used in ceremonies for clearing negative energy. We'll use this amazing smoke to help us get into a meditative state. You can light the wood until it smokes for a moment and then let it smolder out. If you'd like, you can feel free to save the Palo Santo for the end of your practice to clear the energy. Perhaps if you think you're going to be letting go of some negativity and releasing that energy onto the canvas. Or if Palo Santo is not your favorite, don't worry. We've also included a wonderful essential oil spray in this kit from the Holy Wild. Spray the essential oils around your face and aura, leaving some distance and closing your eyes and mouth. Breathe in the refreshing quality and let the mind's attention focus on the experience of smelling the wonderful spray. Repeat this whenever you'd like to feel refreshed and relaxed. Smells are the fastest way to trigger our memories. We want to prep the brain to remember that, okay, now it's time to relax. And you'll find that this very simple step elevates the mood and allows the mind to take this process a little more seriously. It's very simple, but can have a large effect. Now let's come into the sounds that we'll be hearing. As I said, you can always enjoy silence as you create, so at any time, feel free to pause this recording and explore and create on your own. Or you can use the sound of my voice to further anchor you in the present moment, just experiencing the sensation of the sound without labeling it or fighting to make sense of it all. And you can also come to the sound and the feeling of your breathing. You can soften a bit here, appreciating this beautiful sense that we all have. Taste is another sense we can use to ground us in the present moment. If you'd like to experience taste to start or close this process, enjoy your Healthy Snack by Stephanie at any time. They are so good. For more of her health coaching and delicious treats, check out the Superfood Goddess online or on Instagram. As you eat either this snack or one of your own, follow the experience of taste without looking for words to explain the sensation. Just tune in totally presently to what you're tasting. Let your senses be your guide. They always exist in the now. And remember, when we eventually paint, you can use the tactile experience of the brush, its temperature and texture, as well as the visual experience of the paint. It can all keep you grounded right here in the moment. Now it's time to settle the mind. I love to begin by kind of wiping the energetic slate clean by visualizing or imagining all the thoughts and energy from the past of yesterday or tomorrow. Just visualize them draining out of you, just like the water in a bathtub. It's just leaving your system. Gravity's pulling it out with every exhale. And every inhale, you're inviting a sense of calm into the body. Let's breathe together. Breathe in and out. Let it all flow out. Breathe in the calm and out. Keep breathing on your own now. Notice the tendency for the mind to want to race off to the next thing. Can you give yourself a few rounds of just enjoying your natural breath as it is? Letting out a few sighs if you need to. Shake it out of your hands. Take a few moments to connect with your natural breath. After connecting to your natural breath and watching it and feeling it, we're going to move into some light breath work to grow the awareness of our breathing. It's such a wonderful way to come back to the now. If you're unfamiliar with breath work in general, we're going to use a method today to help clear the energy and calm the mind. For this box in particular, we're going to enjoy a simple alternate nostril breathing technique, and we're going to do this for about a minute and a half. This is the practice of Nadi Shodhana. Nadi in Sanskrit means flow or channel, and Shodhana means purification. For this practice, have your right hand come up to your forehead. I like to place the 3 center fingers at that third eye point or the middle of your forehead, right above your eyebrows. Then use your pinky and your thumb to block the nostrils. So we're going to use the pinky and the thumb to alternate between blocking and opening for breathing. So let's start by blocking our left nostril. Breathe in through the right nostril. Hold at the top, and we'll switch, blocking the right and exhaling out the left. Now breathe in left. Hold at the top, switch, and exhale out the right. Inhale right. Hold, switch, exhale left. You can continue at your own pace here, only switching after an inhale. If you're a little confused about the practice, I encourage you to pause this recording now and head to YouTube and watch Alternate Nostril Breathing Yoga with Adrienne for a wonderful example video. Otherwise, we'll keep going. If your nasal cavities are super stuffed up, don't worry. You can just do a few deep breaths instead. We're simply just starting to grow that awareness for the breath. See if you can elongate each breath cycle, creating balance between both sides. If it's helpful, maybe visualize any stress or tension leaving the body with each exhale. We are becoming so much more dialed in, a little more aware of each breath. Watching how it feels when it comes in, following it as it flows out. So wonderful. Come back to your natural breath, keeping the eyes closed if that's comfortable. It's so great that we're starting with an awareness of our breath because it's always happening in the now, and it's something we can depend on, that we can follow at any time. Now let's start to notice the body. I invite you to take a soft neck roll. Breathing the head back and exhaling it forward. Moving in opposite directions if that feels nice. Maybe shrugging the shoulders and just giving some love to your body. Perhaps a little seated spinal flex. Melt this awareness into your whole body. Rest here for a moment, scanning the body and all of its sensations. And when your mind wanders off, we're going to use the anchors of our breath, our body, and the sensory experience of the paint to help tie us to the space of the observer. Watching and noticing, letting the ego mind quiet. Our work here is the practice to stay in the space of noticing our inner world and the outer world, rather than categorizing or judging every passing moment. It's important to allow our thoughts to come up. We won't ignore them or push them out of the mind, but we also don't want to indulge them or send more energy that way. choose to notice and redirect to our anchors. Our goal is to start to fall behind the thinking and anchor ourselves into the space of being conscious creators. So before we move into creating, I want to invite you to take one more moment of breathing deeply and relaxing the mind and relaxing the body. Take a moment to trust that art is a transfer of energy. We're allowing the inside to come out. This is what makes it so powerful in releasing stress or tension, facilitating a moment of soothing us into ease. Know that this process doesn't have to make sense in the logical mind at all. Please just let whatever wants to come out onto the canvas flow from within. Don't feel like it has to be a very serious or heavy process either. Just connect with your inner child. Enjoy the joy of painting. Whatever you do, choose to grow some love for your own unique visual language. So now we're ready to start creating. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them to the outer world. Grab whatever paintbrush you'd like and start working with whatever color is calling to you. Notice the weight of the brush and the feeling in your hand. And when you're ready, you can start creating, making sure to move in whatever way feels good. Stay focused on watching where the mind goes. It's particularly important right in the beginning. If you're wondering, what should I create? Or I don't know what to do. Or maybe the blank canvas feels a little daunting. Just notice that thought and choose to direct it to the breath, body, and paint. Allow for some spontaneous energy. If your mind is really feeling stuck, try using your non-dominant hand. It really takes the pressure off. Our brains, for some reason, don't take it so seriously. This kind of awkward awareness of our non-dominant hand actually helps keep us rooted in the body. If you choose to go this direction, give yourself a minute or two to work here. Then you can switch to your preferred hand. If it feels good to you, you can even use your non-dominant hand the whole time. Whatever resonates, go for it. But wherever you start, be sure to keep observing where the mind goes. Notice the chattering. For some people, it might be helpful to insert the phrase in your mind, I'm noticing that. Whatever it might be, or perhaps I'm having the thought that ... This can sometimes help distance us so we don't swim in the thoughts and we can still stay rooted in that high observer place. And just know it's okay if you start having these voices of criticism. It's totally normal, especially for adults. So if the inner critic arrives almost immediately, that's okay. Just keep moving through it. Just observe the chatter, regardless of what it's saying. When our mind sends us the message of, oh, this is terrible, or maybe even, hey, this is pretty good, We're actually choosing to separate and simply notice the experience of all of those thoughts. Watch the thought until the idea is ready to leave. Know that it's normal for the mind to question and say, "Why am I doing this? This looks terrible," or "I feel silly." Or you might even feel upset because the hands aren't creating exactly what the chattering mind wants. Whatever the monkey chattering mind is sending to you, just choose to stick with it, observe, and come back to the breath, your body, and your paint. The art's main function is to let you observe your own mind and the world around you. Start to work towards creating for creation's sake. Trusting the intuition, allowing your beautiful expression to come through. Never trying to race off to an end, come back to enjoying the process. I like to repeat this as often as possible. It doesn't matter what the painting looks like. It doesn't matter what the painting looks like. Without force or demand, see if you can deepen your breath. Let go of the praise. Let go of the criticism. When you are the observer, you are in the seat of power. Thoughts come and go. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Continue to come back to your breath. Let the chattering float away. Let the conscious mind settle. Release the analysis, the evaluation of the assessment, and just be. I encourage you to see what works best for you. If focusing on the breath dials you into the now, focus on the breath. If this feels a bit elusive, watch the sensations of the body and notice all the different sensations that the body is experiencing, all the way from the obvious sensations like weight sitting on the ground or feeling your back against the chair, to the more subtle sensations like the air touching your skin as you move your hand. Moving from head to feet, scanning all the sensations. We borrow this from Vipassana style meditations. But perhaps the most effective place for you is zooming into the paint, giving so much attention and focus to the painting, almost as if it's the only thing that matters. But keep in mind that it doesn't actually matter at all. making it more like music. With music, we don't play it to get to the end. Don't paint to get to the end. Soak up each moment. As a musician myself, every time I create something, it's all about me staying in the pocket of the flow, of the present moment. My focus is completely on the act of creating. And whenever I paint, I do exactly the same thing. Stay focused on that joy of the paint. Keep moving in whatever way feels good, even if it doesn't feel like it looks good. You are re-engaging with a non-verbal part of your being. As more paint ends up on your canvas, it's so important to grow appreciation for whatever is ending up on that canvas. Encourage this flow from within, seeing what naturally comes on the canvas, moving in whatever way feels right, trusting the process, trusting whatever stress or energy that needs to be moved will be moved. We don't swim in the thickness of thoughts. Instead, we rise and float to the top and say, I notice that my mind is sending me this thought. Let's see how long it lasts. And as I come back to my breath, my body, I am present, and I am just in the experience of the paint. No thought can last forever. So just watch them. I love the role of the observer because you start to notice that you are not your thoughts. Thoughts come and go. They really lose their grip on you when you start to see them for what they really are, which is thoughts. Then you can be the conscious creator of those thoughts the more that you sit in this seat of the observer. Notice any shifts in your mood. The quality of your energy. Visualizing any stress leaving. If the mind starts to wander, we don't get angry or upset with the mind, just gently allow it to come back. It's almost like walking a dog or a puppy. We don't yank the dog when it wanders, we gently guide it back. And in this case, we will gently guide the thoughts and awareness back to the breath, back to the body. You are growing your sense of love and acceptance for the self, just very subtly by allowing whatever wants to come up to come up. Just going as ever long as your focus stays dialed in, as long as stress releases and tension flows out. Continue painting for as long as feels good and right to you, honoring your breath, your body, and your ability to express creatively. Here at Masterpiece, it's our truest wish that you feel even just one little micro step closer to mastering your own inner peace after this process. If you'd like more, feel free to play the accompanying meditation audio for this box. You can also visit my website, Renae Music, that's RENAE music.com, to experience our conscious pop and meditation music. We make it all with the intention to help you align with your best self and become that conscious creator that you were born to be. It was my pleasure guiding you through this meditation today, sending you so much love, joy, and fun on your journey.